The Porsche has been around for ages, and Porsche owners love these cars. Why has this car, which looks like a souped-up Volkswagen Beetle, its best-known shape, the 911 anyway, been around this long? With all the sports cars out there, why is there a resurgence in Porsche restoration at Singer Vehicle Design? Why do so many people want to drive an air-cooled vehicle? Let us take a gander at the reasons why people love Porsche. The shape of things. The shape of the Porsche 911 is iconic. It's one of the few car shapes most people will recognize. The basic shape is borrowed from the Volkswagen Beetle, from where the first engine was borrowed as well when Porsche first started out building internal combustion cars. Ferdinand Porsche's first car was electric and called the P1. Few people know this, but Ferdinand's father was a renowned automobile engineer who founded both Volkswagen and Porsche. For power, the first ever production car, the Porsche 356, used a modified 1120cc four-cylinder air-cooled Volkswagen engine fitted with a Solex carburetor. By raising the compression ratio of the air-cooled engine and enlarging the intake and exhaust valves, the output power was raised from 25 horsepower to a sportier 35 to 40 horsepower. The Porsche 356 was road certified on June 8, 1948, and had much the same shape as the Volkswagen Beetle. Now you know why the Porsche always reminded you of a Beetle. The same man who founded Volkswagen helped his son create the Porsche 356. Today, the shape is iconic and a true classic all the way up to the Taycan models. Interestingly enough, the Beetle also went on to become one of the world's best automobiles, with millions still running, especially in countries like Mexico for some reason. Air-cooled was the only way. At one time, all Porsches were air-cooled cars. An air-cooled engine utilizes cooling fins cast into its cylinder head to dissipate heat instead of using a liquid-filled radiator. By eliminating the radiator, an air-cooled engine is able to save much more engine space, which would have been taken up by a radiator. This space can then be utilized to make the front of the car more streamlined, as we see so often on Porsches. As the air-cooled engine builds heat, the cooling fins allow the wind and air to move the heat away from the engine, much like a person blowing on a piece of food that is too hot to eat. This type of engine has been used in every type of vehicle, from tractors and sports cars to motorcycles and boats, as well as aircrafts. This type of engine is proven to be extremely reliable as well as durable. Many pieces of equipment used in construction and other trades use an air-cooled engine to provide the power. This enables the equipment to be operated in severe climates without fear of freezing or overheating. Furthermore, by eliminating the water pump, radiator, and coolant, there's less maintenance required. Most non-liquid cooled engines operate at reduced engine speed, which reduces some of the wear and tear of the engine's internal components as well. Simplicity. It might take a genius to make thousands of parts work together in an engine or in any device utilizing moving components, but it takes a wise man to realize that the fewer parts there are, the more reliable the system becomes. It also makes production cheaper so that retail prices can be lower. The manufacturer can then also mark up the vehicle or system because of its visual appeal and low maintenance costs. One of the hallmarks of Porsche vehicles has been their simplicity when compared to other sports cars. I mean, their first car was based on the Beetle after all. As we just discussed, they relied on air-cooled engines with much fewer parts. As you'll see further in this video, the principle of simplicity is applied repeatedly. Reliability. Porsches are known to have some of the most reliable engines ever. Their engines just keep going and going and going, especially the air-cooled models. On ConsumerReports.org, Porsche was rated top in terms of reliability in a report published on February 20th, 2020. Consumer Reports' exclusive testing and member survey data reveal the best and worst automotive brands overall. Porsche came out on top. These consumer reports are for vehicles purchased by ConsumerReports.org and run through more than 50 tests. These include reliability predictions as based on problems reported by CR members in 17 trouble areas. Owner satisfaction from surveyed CR members reflects whether drivers would purchase the same car if they had to do it again. Safety includes crash test results, and extra points are awarded for proven advanced safety features that come standard for the model. On JDPower.com, a company that does surveys on cars' power and reliability, Porsche keeps scoring top awards or is right up there. In an article on Jalopnik.com published by Doug DeMuro, he claimed that he did a lot of work for Porsche and that Porsche had meetings before large surveys. In other words, they take these surveys seriously. DeMuro also said, "The funny thing is, Porsche isn't really known for reliability in the long-term used car enthusiast market. The 993 911 had valve guide issues. The 964 is famous for leaking oil. The 996 had the well-known intermediate shaft bearing issue. And then there are the Cayenne coolant pipes. All of these problems are kind of a big deal, especially for a company that gets such high marks from JD Power. Still, in survey after survey, Porsche scores high and often wins in the reliability category. Safety. With a name such as Porsche, one can understand that when it comes to safety, they they cannot lag behind. Safety, therefore, is also important to Porsche. Porsche regularly scores tops for safety in NCAP tests. When a car is tested at the NCAP testing facility, they require 4 cars to be tested. A 5-star rating is considered a very safe car. Among others, the Porsche Macan tested 5 stars in 2014, the Cayenne scored full rating in 2017, and the Taycan scored 5 stars in 2019. The Taycan alone has a crash-optimized body specifically built for this electric car with special structural safety analysis and manufacturing. Maximum safety is ensured by extensive passive and active safety systems. These include 4 or 5 3-point seat belts with force limiters, which are fitted as standard, depending on the seating configuration. The Porsche Side Impact Protection System consists of side impact protection elements in the doors and thorax airbags that are in the sides of the front seats. Then there are curtain airbags covering the entire roof frame and side windows from the A to the C pillar, which form the side protection system. There are full-size airbags and 1 knee-height airbag each for driver and front passenger. The 2021 Porsche Taycan features 8 airbags as standard, but side airbags are offered as optional. Other active features include lane change assist, night vision assist, and the Porsche Adaptive Cruise Control, which increases the prediction horizon to up to 1.8 miles ahead. It's fitted with active lane keeping, Porsche Active Suspension Management, Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control, and Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus. The Taycan Turbo gets the Porsche surface-coated brakes as a standard, which is a high-performance braking system. It provides a blended braking system that ensures consistent braking even in varied weather conditions. The InnoDrive system is really cool. It enhances the Taycan's field of vision by up to 3 kilometers to help its autonomous drive mode decide drive speed and lane assist quicker by judging the drive pattern of the vehicle ahead. Then there's Assist Camera. Apart from the front and rear cameras for assisting the drivers, the Taycan has surround cameras which provide it with a 360-degree field of vision. With this much going into this one car, you can only imagine the philosophy over at Porsche in terms of safety. Variety of models. Porsche has grown significantly from the days of P1 and Porsche 356. Today, Porsche has a large number of models, variants, and colors to choose from. The Porsche Cayenne has 5 variants. These are the Porsche Cayenne S, Porsche Cayenne Turbo, Porsche Cayenne Diesel, Porsche Cayenne GTS, and the Porsche Cayenne V6. The iconic Porsche 911 has 15 variants. Some of them include the Turbo S DCT, GT3 DCT, Turbo S Cabrio DCT, Targa 4 DCT, and the Carrera 4S Cabrio DCT. The Panamera has 9 variants, which is not bad for a luxury line. The Porsche Cayman S stands on its own, just like the Porsche 918 Spyder. Both are stunning cars, the Spyder being a hybrid. There are 2 Boxsters. These are the Porsche 718 Boxster S PDK and Porsche 17 Boxster PDK. The Macan has 5 variants, which are the Porsche Macan GTS, Porsche Macan Turbo, Porsche Macan S, Porsche Macan S Diesel, and the Porsche Macan PDK. Then there are at least 9 more single-car models, followed by tractors and racing cars for the list. The number of models and variants is astounding. Iconic 911. When you hear the name Porsche, you automatically think of a sports car, and you most probably see the Porsche 911 in your mind's eye. It reminds you of its Beetle roots as well. The 911 is a car that has been marketed by Porsche since the 60s. It originally had a 2-liter engine, but larger engine versions have since been produced. A Porsche Carrera version is also available and is named after the Carrera Panamericana, Pan American race. The 911 has competed in Grand Tourer racing with great success. These include the IMSA GT Championship, American Le Mans Series, Rolex Sports Car Series, Pirelli World Challenge, and Continental Tire Sports Car Challenge. This iconic vehicle has appeared in many movies including Downhill Racer, Bad Boys for Life, Red 2, Bad Boys 1994, Against All Odds 1983, and in NCIS Los Angeles, the series. The Porsche 911 has been inducted into various sports car halls of fame because it's probably the original sports car. A lot of people love sports cars, and the more serious you are about cars, the more you like iconic cars like the Porsche series, especially the 911. Porsches are all around us these days as its market has expanded into more affordable areas and even the family SUV market. I hope you enjoyed this trip with me and Porsches. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.